That's the biggest thing in life is make memories. You don't have to have the fanciest crystal thing on your shelf. That's just materialistic things, and that stuff can be replaced. If your house burns down, who cares? It can be replaced, but your lives can't, and your memories, your pictures can be burnt up. Who cares? The memories are still in your mind. So that's one
Right.
thing you can never get
No,
rid of
that's
is your
so true.
memories. So that's what matters in life is
That's
memories.
so
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from your favorite brother-sister duo, sharing relatable life experiences, some tips and tricks, and a whole lot of stories.
bueno. Hold on.
Whoa.
Got some dates going.
Started just like this. So,
Oh gosh.
hello
You were ready to
everyone.
party this morning.
Yeah, got up kind of early, so it was
Hello,
nice.
hello.
Me and Marley had our bananas this morning, so we're good. Had to do our banana check this morning. So.
I mean, do you get the Costco size of bananas for all the
No.
bananas you have to share with her?
You know what? I get a banana and I share like
You should.
I know. I share like 2 or 3 bites out of my banana with her, so it's like whatever.
Oh, just a little piece.
Yeah. So she don't get a whole banana. I'm afraid she might get the poopsies.
She probably wants her own.
She probably does. So and it's almost watermelon season, so I can't wait for that.
That's supposed to help constipate you.
Yeah.
Oh, watermelon, yeah, yum.
Yeah. She loves
I know. I
watermelon
can't
too,
wait
so.
for some good watermelon.
Mm-hmm. So
I remember, yeah, wasn't last year Jackson gave her some?
yeah,
Was feeding it to her?
uh-huh.
I
Yep.
think when we went over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I do the little like the
Ay,
juices from the
summer.
watermelon. And then like the little bitty pieces that are left over in the bowls after we eat it. Kim will put those in a bowl of water and mix it up and then pour it like in tray things for her. So
That's a great idea. That's
yeah.
actually something similar on my list for today for our summertime ideas and, things to do that we were going to talk about.
Yep.
Some of that ice cube stuff was on my list. So how good.
So summertime things to do. And now that the children's and parents are starting to take some time off, off of work or taking time off of school. School's out for summer break in most places, not everywhere. So this is something we wanted to talk to you guys about. Don't just sit there at the house and do nothing. I mean, obviously going out and doing stuff, especially with the high gas prices, cost money, but we have alternative methods that you can still do stuff. And I mean, you're still going to go out and go get gas. You're still going to go get groceries. You still got errands to run regardless. So while you're doing that, there's things that you can do along the way. So don't take it as a Debbie Downer type deal that, oh, gas is too expensive, I can't do nothing, or, whatever the case is. There's always a way to enjoy the time off with your child or, your parents or whatever the case is. So take this time, and I'm going to stress it. Don't let this time get away from you, because it's going to be a time where your child is not going to want to spend time with you during the summer, or they're going to be busy doing something else. They're going to be getting jobs, whatever the case is, and that time's gone. The other thing too is spend time with your parents, because you don't know how much longer they're going to be here. At any given time, there's no guarantee that your parent or your child's going to be here, after lunch. So don't take this time for granted. So enjoy your time, and your time is very valuable to you. So treasure it and make memories. That's the biggest thing in life is make memories. You don't have to have the fanciest crystal thing on your shelf. That's just materialistic things, and that stuff can be replaced. If your house burns down, who cares? It can be replaced, but your lives can't, and your memories, your pictures can be burnt up. Who cares? The memories are still in your mind. So that's one thing you can never get rid of is your memories.
True.
So that's what matters in life is memories.
That's so true.
So with that being said, sis,
memories and the time that I saw a a thing on Facebook recently. They must know that, my little kid is graduating preschool. I know it's just preschool, but I see all of these little videos now, and it's just like, "Oh, you only have this much time and this much you have 18 summers, with your kids."
Right.
And but really, once they're 10, 11, 12, probably, they're more interested in hanging out with their friends. So, my kid is already 5, so I've already had 5 summers that are gone. So, maybe I only have, like, 5 more left or whatever. So I'm like, "Oh gosh, it made me, like, real emotional because 'cause I'm like, how much more time is he
Right.
gonna wanna be around with me and me with his friends?" So this summer, I'm definitely taking advantage of that, and, we are gonna do so many things,
Yeah.
and it not necessarily has to be, you know, um,
Money
going out
things.
and spending a bunch of money either.
Right.
Like, that I made a lot of, I've made a list already, and then we are actually gonna make a bucket list together on things that he would like to do this summer, and we can cross them off. I'm sure
Right.
some of them might, be more expensive, but,
Right.
a lot of things are not gonna be very expensive either. So,
Yeah, we
yeah.
do
Sorry, I
one month.
almost got a little emotional
Oh,
there.
it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's one of those times that you just gotta do what you gotta do, and spend time with your child or your parents. So, um, you know,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah, I mean, it's something that you're gonna eat lunch anyways. You're gonna make a peanut butter and jelly. You're gonna make a ham and cheese sandwich or whatever you guys normally eat for lunch, right? You're gonna do that regardless. So instead of sitting
Mhm.
at your kitchen table,
Right.
make a lunch and go to the park and just watch the birds and the squirrels run around and ride
Mhm.
the swings. You're gonna do that anyways. So it's gonna cost you a couple of dollars in gas to get over there to do this. It's worth it. And
Right.
while you're out, and if it's close or on the way to a grocery store, which you need to go get groceries anyways, just stop and have lunch there before you get groceries. Or, you're gonna run and get the oil change in the car. uh, go and Lisa's having a issue with her car and them getting it checked at the dealer and this and that. So she's making these
Mm.
trips. So in the meantime, either on the way there or on the way home, she can stop and do something. You don't have to go all the way back home and then leave again.
Right.
You're gonna use that fuel anyways, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
So you can do that. If she at
Right,
least,
right.
a lot of cities have free splash pads, at their parks and stuff.
So many free things. Yes.
Do that.
You just have
Do
to look for them. Like,
Yeah.
my mom is always saying, like, "Oh, you always find so much things to do with Jackson," and I'm like, "Yeah, and they're free." So,
Right,
that's
right,
the benefit, like,
right.
there's so many things that your town may offer or maybe a surrounding town may offer that you have no idea about because you haven't really looked. But, yeah, like, splash pads are a huge thing, they're becoming more and more popular. I
Mhm.
feel like a lot more parks are we've had some old parks that they rebuilt and now they have splash pads.
Right.
The water is a little chilly in those, but,
Right,
um,
right.
but on those hot days, those kids don't matter. Like, Jackson wants me to go in them, I'm like, I'll put my foot in, that's about it. It's cold."
But yeah, I mean, you could do,
But, yeah, like, something like that is, and, like, there's usually a park by a splash pad.
right,
There's picnic benches, like you said. Pack a lunch, go right away when when it turns on or whatever at 9 a.m. Normally, kids are gonna be up that early
right,
anyway. So, yeah, pack a lunch and just go spend, several hours, invite a friend, up to
right,
go and just go hang out and enjoy that time. Then,
right,
they have a friend, they're making memories with their friend, but you're
right,
also there watching them make those memories.
right,
And, like, if you're a parent and you have another parent to talk to or chat with about whatever. Sometimes that's also a nice little therapy session when I get together with another mom and we can
right.
just talk about
Mom
whatever. And
things.
most of the time it's just about the kids anyway,
Right,
mom things or yeah, about kids or whatever. but so it's nice for us to also get a little play date, I guess, if you will,
Right,
too,
right.
but even though we are with the kids, obviously, and paying
Yeah, just keep
attention,
an
but
eye
it's
on
a
the
nice little
children's.
getaway for both. Well, yeah, obviously. We are always scoping, head is always,
On that
moving this way,
swivel.
that way, just like a owl.
Yeah,
Yes, on the
exactly.
swivel for sure, always.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, for hot days, I plan to do some of those kind of things. I know that the libraries offer so many programs too. Like,
Right.
it's crazy how many programs they offer. I signed up for a music class, like music, dance. It's a story and then music and, like, they give them instruments and stuff. Free. Free.
Right.
And it's like, I think 2 Mondays, or no, every Monday from starting in the beginning of June till the end of July. Every Monday, we have that booked now.
Yeah. So
We
you
have an activity and it's completely free. If
right.
park districts do offer those too. Um, you could pay for them too, if you wanted to, but this one was free. And I signed up for that, and that takes an hour out of our day. And, then we can check out a new park by that area, do 2
Right.
things and bring a lunch then too.
Right.
And I've already invited other friends. I sent them the links to sign up for the music class too. So then, if they're able to make it, great. If they're not, it's still that
And
we're
then
doing something.
well, here's the other thing too, is when you have, like, other parents involved with their children, right? You guys can set up a schedule like, "Oh, this week I'll take them,"
Mhm.
and then it kinda gives you a break to go do the errands you gotta go do, right? You know, and give that
Yeah,
child
yeah.
some time away from you because they need to start, growing up and maturing.
Mhm.
I'm talking about younger children. I mean, instead of growing up and maturing, to get that time where mom's not always gonna be there with me, so I have to kinda grow up a little
Right.
bit, you know?
Right.
So it's kinda nice that, and then it gets the
Kinda figure some things out.
yeah, they figure out some stuff on their own. So that's kind of a good way to do it too.
Mhm.
And the other thing I like Lisa was saying, you go do all these adventures, whether you go to splash pads or parks or this and that. Um, get them outside and do stuff and tire them out. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier in the evening when it's time to go to bed because they're going to be tired. So, you
It's
know,
bedtime, yeah.
yeah, so they're going to be tired.
Exactly.
I know some
Well, and
parks
especially here. Go ahead.
cities some parks and cities around here, offer 1 day a week, they do, movie nights. So, if they're gonna play a children's
Mhm.
movie, which most places, do either G or PG movies, um, on these
Yeah.
nights, you could take your child with you and stop somewhere and pick up a big sub or, whatever case, some kind of food, and eat dinner at the park watching a movie. There's
Mhm.
so many things you guys can
Yep.
do. They don't cost a lot of money, so just enjoy the time with your children. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, the library programs,
Yeah,
there's
if
so
it's
many things there. Like,
especially if it's gonna
they
be n
offer the movie nights too. Um,
especially if it's gonna be hot outside, do an inside thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, do that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, if it's gonna be hot out for sure. But yeah, I mean, the library, like I said, they offer so many different kind of classes, art classes, STEM classes. So they do like little science experiments. I mean, a lot of libraries do, not just, I mean, I know ours does in our area, but a lot of them do. So you just kind of have to look around to see what they offer. Another fun thing that we're gonna do too, it's not with the library, but it's another music thing and it's free again. They go to different assisted living homes and independent living homes, and they go do a music time, I think like 30 minutes, with the residents that live there. So I signed Jackson and I up for a couple that are in the area. So some of them are independent and some are more assisted living. But
Right.
I know when I worked in the rehab center, that when kids would come in, all of the, old people, they'd get so excited and see all
Right.
the kids, and it would make them happy. So I think in Jackson's at a good age now too, where he can see like, okay, yeah, he's more aware of people being in wheelchairs and stuff like that, needing help. So I think that he's at a good age to participate in this kind of thing. So I think that'd be good for him and making all the little grandmas and grandpas, happy to see little kids playing around. But I guess when I was talking to the lady about the program, she said that lots of places offer that kind of program. You just kind of have to find it.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, a lot of Google work I feel like is going to be
Yeah.
needed, but and that's what I've done to find this stuff, but and some is word of mouth, but I mean, you can find the things to do very easily if you just kinda look.
Right. And something, so that's like a good inside thing to do where it's hot. And another good thing to do inside,
Mhm,
if it's like, hot or if it's raining, it's just yucky out that day, is get your phone, your tablet, whatever you
mhm,
use, your computer, and tie it to your TV and play some old pictures as you were growing up. I personally am a kind of a nerd with my pictures, so I've got everything in folders.
mhm.
So you can pick that folder of like,
Yeah.
let's just say it's, my child and just play those pictures and you kind of just talk to them through what was going on or even your pregnant pictures or whatever, stuff like that. That's a good way to spend a little, couple of hours with them
Mhm.
to talk about stuff. So that's a good way. Um,
Yeah.
Another thing, do inside is kind of, do some indoor cleaning chores or whatever with your child. Give them like, hey, this is going to be your room to clean. You clean your bedroom. You clean the bathroom. I'm talking all over the place as far as ages because this is what I'm trying to cover. I'm trying to cover from like the younger ones to upper teens. You know,
Right.
there's
Well, yeah, yeah. It's all
it
different.
because they all need to grow up, and they're not gonna be a good adult unless a parent does their job beforehand. As far as being polite
Yeah.
and, going
Teaching them
grocery
what they need to
shopping,
do. Mhm.
paying bills. I mean, that's a big one, and I personally wanted to touch on. You start getting a little bit older, 10, 12, 13 years old. You really need to sit down with your child and do kind of learning activities with them. And one of the big ones that I see that they don't teach a whole lot in school is how to do a bank account, how to balance your checkbook, how to pay your bills, budgeting, encourage them to want to make more money and not either be in a lower income bracket or government subsidized, whatever the case is, encourage them to be better than you. So learn
Right.
you teach them some about that stuff like, hey, if you go work at wherever and you make, you know, $300 a week and in a month you only
Mhm.
made $1,200 and you're gonna pay 900 in an apartment, kind of go over that kind of stuff with them. So they start learning that hey, it costs
Well,
money.
yeah. I mean, we already are learning that with Jackson now because he had $5 from I don't know, someone gave him $5 for something. And we were at the store and he's like, "Well, I wanna use my money to buy a car." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And he's like, "But how many cars can I buy?" I said, "Well, you only have one, you have $5. You could buy 2 cars because it would be, it would the price would be fine." And then he found something else. He's like, "Oh, but I want this." I'm like, "That's more expensive. You don't have enough money for that. You could save your money
Right.
or, you could pick something else." So he was looking at the prices and he understood he had $5. So I was showing him, you could get something that has a $1 and on the price tag. You could buy maybe a couple of those things. But if it has a 4, then you only can buy that one thing. So he was starting to learn already on what to do and what, about budget, not exactly budgeting, but,
Right.
trying to figure out what to do. So then eventually he said, "Well, I think I'm going to get 2 cars because if I can get 2 things if I get this instead of the one thing. And I was like, see, there you go. And
And
he
how
figured
old
it
is
out
he?
himself. And then he was excited because he got change. He got change. So
And
he thought he would made money because he got some change. He said, "Oh,
right.
I got coins." I said, "Oh, you're so lucky."
Yeah.
But
And
he
how
was
old is
so
he?
excited. And then after 5, five
See,
and a half.
at 5 years old, he's already learning this stuff. So good job.
And then when we were in the car, though, he said, I want to do a lemonade stand when in summer break so I can make money so I can buy, because then he wanted to buy Legos. I said $5 is not enough for any Lego. So I'm sorry, you got to save money to buy a Lego for sure. And he said he wanted to do a lemonade stand so he could buy Legos. I said, sure, if you want to do a lemonade stand, we'll do one over the summer, and so you can see about how to earn money and stuff like that. And then now he's been too, well, if I help do a job, will you give me money? So he's already, those wheels are already starting
Good
to
job.
turn, that he's
That's good.
understanding,
He understands that he's got to work for it
so
to make money. He doesn't just have to sit there. I want, and just give me. It just hold my hand out and it comes to me. So he's learning that he has to earn it or earn a living to make that money.
well,
So
yeah, because
that's nice.
first he said I could just go to the bank to get more money. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not how that works. But yes,
Right.
now he understands that. So a lemonade stand could be a fun activity for any
Yes.
age,
Any
really,
age. Yep.
to earn some money.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's it's just, yeah, like you were saying, it's just a good way to teach them, right? So another good activity is,
definitely.
like I said, I'm the stuff that I'm talking about, it's like all ages, right? So another thing to do is um a parent could take a day off of work. Most parents are able to take, a couple of days off during the summer to spend with their children.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one of the good things too is take them fishing. Sit out there, show them patience
Mm-hmm.
for a reward. So,
Yeah,
that's a good one there.
that's a lot of patience.
Right. So you're spending time with the child. You don't know what kind of stories this child's going to come up with anyways. What are some of the things that's on their minds? You're going to
Mm-hmm.
get to hear a lot of stuff that they've been thinking about or what they're wondering about or why is this happening. So it's a good time to be able to have that
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one time with them. And then also like shows them the patience, that hey, you have to put your bait on to catch something and have a reward to feed your family that evening or whatever the case is. So that's really nice time. Again, you can pack your picnic
Mm-hmm.
lunch with you and take that with you. Uh, that's a good one. And you're outside
Mm-hmm.
getting the fresh air and your post times they have like these uh preserve parks that have ponds in them so you can go there and they have like a whole park at that location as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do multiple things while you're there.
Right.
Um, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
dads or moms, take your child to a car show. Those are 90% of the time they're
Mm-hmm.
free. A little local car show, they're free.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them that you have to pay to go
Mm-hmm.
see. But most time, if you're into that and don't mind paying, they'll usually let the children in for free anyways. So that's a good time to do that. Play dates, you
Yeah,
know,
we've done that.
yeah, do your play dates around your neighborhood or your school district area with other friends of theirs that the mom or like that. It's a good way for the parent to socialize with an adult because it's really important for that parent also to have that adult time. So they don't start speaking and talking like
Right.
a 5-year-old too. So it's good to do that
I
also.
mean,
It happens, right?
yeah, it's nice to hear like actual full sentences and just conversations that don't revolve around Hot Wheels or cars or you know stuff like that.
Yep.
So yes, I definitely recommend
And then And then a parent can get
just,
out there
yeah,
and social.
socialization with another adult.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one there.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
another one too, come July, August, it starts getting hot or hotter than, May. So, um,
Hmm.
movie theaters usually have great deals. I actually just seen this. I was looking it up a
Yes.
little bit ago. Um, so some theaters, I don't know what brand theaters they were. So I didn't really pay attention. I should have. Um, but they have like one day of the week or one day out of the month, they'll do free for the child. So I think that's a good way to
Oh,
go out.
free? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I
during the
haven't
daytime.
seen that. I've seen, yeah, it's like $2 or like a dollar is what I've seen. But yeah,
Right,
it's usually during the day. Normally like probably a earlier time, like a 9 a.m. or maybe even a 10 o'clock one. But yeah, a lot of movie theaters are offering that. They're offering programs, summer programs where you sign up. You probably get 1,000 emails, but you get, discounted movies.
right,
I mean, I'm not lying, but yeah, I mean, and they have all different. Most of the time, though, it's more for little kid aged movies, but some
right.
older kids like those movies also.
Yeah, and
So
some I like them too.
I
So
mean, you can take, anybody. No, yeah, I still like, all the Disney movies and all that
yeah.
stuff.
Well,
So yeah, that's a fun activity to go do and cheap. You bring your own snacks. I mean, I always do, but if you don't
ooh.
want to buy any, but
Well, see, the movie theaters. Remember, we had this
yeah,
conversation before
yeah.
that they make most of their monies on the concession stands, not the movie
Hmm.
itself. So it's kind of one of them things. Like they're not really gonna make
Yeah,
money on the movie itself, but they're betting on that you bring your child and you buy them whatever they want out of the concession stand,
and
and they're
they
making
wanna
money.
get something, yeah.
So I get it, you
Mhm.
know. Um, and then what
But I
about
mean, I guess if you're saving on the admission price, you can get a snack or something, I guess,
right?
if you choose to,
Right.
whatever, but yeah, that's
That's a
something
good way.
fun to do and
And
cheaper.
and then some park districts have pools. So that's another good way, to get out there.
Mhm.
And if your child does not know how to swim, it's something that I'm very, very, very strong on. If they're, I would say 5 years old to 10 years old, you really need to be concentrating on them learning how to swim. If they don't know by 10, you need to make
Mm,
that they need to know because you never know. You can be walking a boat dock or going on a cruise ship, whatever case is, they need to know how to swim so they can save their own life. They don't necessarily have to learn how to swim to save somebody else's life,
yeah,
but you'll be able to at least save their own life. So learn that. And some of the city and some of the, like I said, again, park districts, they have these pools and they also have programs where they have swimming lessons. So a good thing for them to do,
yes.
and they'll enjoy it. They'll be out in the pool. Most kids love being in the pool. I absolutely love it, and I still love it. So,
Mhm.
get this, one day a week, you can drop them off and they can do the swimming classes. They're usually about an hour long from what I remember. So you can either stay or most times they'll let you leave. And you can go run a small errand, come back, do that. Obviously, you want to be there to create
Right.
memories and watch them do their first backstroke, whatever the case is. So, do that. Uh,
Right.
yeah. So, and there's just so many things you can do.
And then
Go ahead.
But yeah, like for the pools, so since you're learning how to swim and all that stuff, a lot of times the park district pools, they have like a family time or family hour or whatever, and it's a discounted time that they offer. So it's not like a peak time when a lot of people are usually going there. A lot of times I feel like it's like 4 to 7 or like 5 to 7. So it's usually in the evening time, but it's like half price or some kind of discounted price to go swimming. So that's something to look at too, something to do. And yeah, it might cut into your dinner time or to your evening time, but it's not something you're doing every day. So,
Right.
it's something to do. But yeah, check out your local pools and see. what they offer, what times they offer, some charge more for resident, non-resident, all that kind of stuff. If you want to go check out some little water parks or whatever your
Right.
place offers. Um,
There's always a lot of things you can do.
but also a lot of things you can do what?
There's a lot of things. There still is a lot of things that we're not gonna touch on that are still free that you can still do with your children. This is probably a time when you're growing fruits and vegetables in your garden, so it's a good time to teach them about gardening. They can go through through those steps.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
putt golf is a couple bucks. Sometimes they have. I'm sure you can probably look up to see if they got specials for the kiddies to do. You can do. I
Mhm.
would say, like, you know if you have it in your budget, you can afford to go out once a week, whether it be going out to dinner or eat dinner at home and then go do a fun activity. So you can probably
Right.
budget around that. You don't have to do everything if you don't have it in your budget, which is totally cool because you still get to spend time with those kids. So kind of just do it that way.
Mhm.
There's always definitely a different way to look at what you want to do. There's things around the house that you can do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Mhm.
things
Oh,
around the
yeah,
house.
there's definitely things, indoor things you can do, outdoor things you could do. Um, One other quick thing, libraries, if you, search your library, usually you can find they, offer free passes to, museums or zoos, but you just have to see which ones your particular library offers. But a lot of libraries will have so many passes for certain museums or certain zoos in your area. So check that out too. Usually the zoos go fast because I've never been able to get the zoo pass, but um, yeah, check those out too for something that, I mean, cheaper thing to do. Um, for sure. Um, yeah, some of the museums, like I said, more, they're a little bit higher than Jackson's age, but for like older kids, they'd be more interesting because Jackson's not going to be reading a bunch of signs and that kind of stuff.
Right.
He's more into the smaller kid stuff still, but there's tons of museum things like that too to do.
So the Nashville, Davidson County Library System here, they give you a pass
Mhm.
where you can go to different parks that usually charge, and they give you a discounted rate.
Mhm.
Also, you can go to like the museums. If you have the library pass, you get to go to the
Mhm.
museums for free. And also, a lot of the libraries have board game collections, so you can try all kinds of different board games,
Mhm.
which is another good way to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, memory labs, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. Seed exchanges, money, how to work with money, bicycle passes, so you can rent the little electric bicycles throughout the city if you got those. So
Mhm.
there's definitely and also all
Yeah.
libraries will run with the kids, and they'll be the children will be like librarian clones, so they'll teach the kids how to be a librarian. So something they do. Just thought
That's
I'd let
fun.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, libraries in any state, um, just look it up and see what they offer. There's so
Mhm.
many free things. I feel like libraries were always like, "Oh, that's just where the nerds go," or, "Oh,
Right,
I'm not gonna go to the library. That's dumb." Like, people would say that. It's like, okay, there's more than just books there. There's
right,
all
right.
kinds of activities. Our library has games and, like, memory challenges and little they have a scavenger hunt inside the kids area that Jackson does every single time, and they get a sticker when they finish it. Like,
Mhm.
there's so many things that libraries offer, so check out yours, like the free passes as well.
Right.
So they're
So
not
things
just
you
for
could
nerds,
do
although I
around
don't
your
mind being a
house.
nerd, but
Well, we know you're a nerd, but it's okay. Nerds are okay. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
that's what
Nothing
I said.
wrong. Yep.
It's okay.
Um,
I'm
Something to
fine.
do in your home. This is something you could do in your house for absolutely free. The word FREE is the word for today. FREE. Can everybody say free?
Oh, good job. You are able to spell that?
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Can you? Huh?
Good job. Uh, yeah, I'm the nerd, remember?
um, Rearrange furniture in your own home. That's free.
Oh,
Child wants to redo their room.
right. Oh,
It's
to
gonna
make
take
like forts? Oh,
make
thought to make
forts, or
like a blanket fort or something.
you could do that. Move their bed around, move your couch around, and while you're doing this, and they're excited about doing it, get the whole rearrange deal. You could vacuum underneath your furniture, so it's kind of a little double double. It's like, hey, while we're doing it, get the vacuum.
Yeah.
So do that. Look through
Mhm.
old photo albums, like I was saying before. Um, Duct tape a road on your carpet or your floor, so your cars can, they can drive their little cars, matchboxes, whatever,
Mm.
around the floor. So that's kind of a good way to do it. Um, Learn a new dance. Watch some YouTube videos or some
Oh,
podcasting on dancing. And you learn something, so that'd be kind of cool. Um, and
yeah.
have you ever built a house or like a castle thing out of playing cards? I
No.
did that once. Did it at school, matter of fact.
And I'm the nerd.
And I something is it's like this is on our list. I've never thought about this. Swap toys with other friends. Maybe they have a toy that you don't have, and maybe you have a toy that they don't have, or vice versa, right? So you can swap for a week or
Yeah.
two. That'd be a good way to do it. Just make sure you wipe them down, get some Clorox bleach things out. You don't need to be swapping germs.
Yeah.
Um, so that's a good one there. To do different things. Let me see. Another one would be, like I was saying, in gardening. Go out there and work in the
Mhm.
garden. Show them about that. So that'd be a good way to do. What do you think, Liz? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Watering. Water in general, kids love. So, whether it's water balloons, sprinklers, any kind of outdoor play, water tables for younger kids. But if you have a trampoline, stick the sprinkler underneath, and the water comes up. It's a messy time. It's a little dangerous, but it's fun. But now I even seen they have like reusable water balloon things that you just fill them up and then they pop open and you just use them again and again. But a lot of outdoor water, there's all different kinds of water play you can do. Um, like I said, older kids would enjoy like water gun fights or, and that's a simple thing to do, easy thing to do. You can even get like water guns at the dollar store, at the Dollar Tree or whatever.
Yeah.
And, it might just work for that one time, but, it's something to do. Um,
Oh yeah.
Another fun thing this is probably still for younger kids, but I think an older kid would think it's cool too. You get those little plastic water gun, like the smaller ones, and you do like a paint solution in there, and you get like a canvas or some kind of
Right.
like poster board, and you spray the water gun and the paint comes out. And so it's
Right.
like you're, painting, but you're
Right.
outside and it's messy, but you're outside. So it
You're
doesn't really
outside.
matter.
Right.
But I think that is a fun activity. I would do it too. So,
Oh yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
that could be a lot of water stuff in general. I think any age kid would like to do.
Right.
It's like,
No.
who doesn't like to, spray the hose or spray things. One other thing I thought was cool, like what you mentioned about what you do with Marley and the watermelon. I've seen where you can, either get a balloon and put, like, some kinda little toy, like a little dinosaur toy or something like that, and fill up the balloon and, not super big, but, like,
Right,
I don't know, like a baseball size or, and then put it in the freezer and then peel the balloon part off and have the kids either use like a paintbrush with like a cup of warm water to try and get it out or use a spray bottle, or
right.
maybe if they have a tiny kid hammer or something, um, that will keep them busy for a while and it's a big
Mhm.
ice block and, um but yeah, like, I was gonna suggest a dog toy also, like, in a bowl, you
Right.
could put a dog toy in there, but you had already done the watermelon, so that's a great idea too.
Yeah,
Um,
we do the bowl
but yeah,
sometimes too.
that's a fun, cheap, easy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just, so it's cheap and easy,
Yeah,
like
I
you were
mean,
saying,
why not?
and, you're gonna give them water anyways, right? So might as well, here's a balloon with your Hot Wheel in it with water. Now count how many licks it takes to get to the center to get to your car, type thing. Just lick it, so that'll keep them busy. Do stuff with them that's gonna keep them busy. A good time during the summertime is a good time to be
Right.
outside grilling. You're gonna be grilling outside, doing dinners, lunches,
Yeah.
whatever case is. Show your children, male or female, don't it doesn't matter because females can do just as much as males and vice versa, right? So show your children how
Yeah. Girl
show
power.
that's right, show them how to grill, how to start a gas grill, how to start a charcoal grill. Show them things that they need to learn in life anyways and make it fun. So just kind of go through it so
Mhm.
they don't have to just be sitting on the couch and be like, "Hey, mom, make me a cheeseburger. Hey, dad, I want, a steak or whatever case is." Okay, well, you want one? Go out there and start the grill. They need to learn some of this stuff. So it's only going to help them be a better adult. Do that with them.
Yeah.
Combine with cooking. I mean, a lot of younger kids or even older kids love to learn how to cook. And whether it be a male that's
Oh,
trying
for
to
sure.
learn how to cook, they may not wanna express that because they may think, "Oh, what that's gay or blah, blah, blah." No, it's not. It's if you like it and you enjoy it, then do it. There's nothing wrong with that. And if that child
Yeah, no, men cooking in
Yeah,
the kitchen is a good thing, that's what they should. I
yeah,
mean, you're gonna have to learn it eventually anyway, so might
right,
as well start learning at a younger age.
right.
Women, I mean, I know lots of women that don't cook either, so either age, starting to make little things here and there. Um, Popsicles is a great summer thing to make. We definitely make plenty of popsicles over the summer, and that, gets them to learn about different fruits and what goes together. To make a creamy one, you need to add milk. To make it more, like a water-based one, you don't need to do that. So just little things like that, they're starting to learn, like Will Jackson is learning when we do make our popsicles. "Oh, do you want it more like an ice cream one, or do you want it more like a water, just a fruit one?" So then now he knows that we have to add, milk to that
Mhm.
one if he wants it more creamy. But yeah, then he gets to pick whatever flavors he wants, and then he tries, "Oh, should we try this combo?" And I'm like, I don't know about that." But, and so he's trying to experiment with different fruits and stuff too. So I think that's a great way to get the kids involved in the kitchen, like I said, and then it's a popsicle, something easy,
Right.
and then also you're making it at home with things that you already have, which most likely is dye-free also. I'm a big fan of that. So and all of mine usually have fruit in it, like, I just blend it, and it's all good and delicious.
Yep.
But, yeah, so start with stuff like that in the kitchen too, besides grilling, both of those things are summertime things
Mhm.
for sure.
Yep. No, to kind of learn different things. And, you're spending time, you're creating memories. You don't know, like I was saying before, what kind of stories or what they're gonna
Mhm.
say. So all this time you're creating creating memories, um, and they're learning something. That's a big plus. So as long as you keep that child,
Yeah.
keep on educating them and get them better and better and better and better. As they get to that adult stage, they're more ready for life. You don't want to create your child to create a failure per se or a fail. You want to create them to be
Or
successful
lazy.
or
Just
lazy,
lazy,
right?
not a failure, but
Right,
just
yeah.
lazy.
So just kind of create them, to learn more. And they'll be ready to be successful out in the real world.
Mhm.
So that's a good way. So another thing you could do at home or your driveway or back patio, whatever the case is, go out and play hopscotch with them. I haven't played that in I don't know how long. I mean, I wish I could do it now with my foot be like this, but I can't. But that's fun. Oh, I would do it. Yeah, so,
Yeah, no, I had to look it up on how to draw it again. I
oh my
made it
god.
on the back patio, and I was like, "Wait, you do 1, 2, 3," and then I said, "Is it 4, 5?" And then I said, "But don't you do a crisscross?" So I had to figure out where I put the
Oh yeah, yeah,
numbers
yeah, yeah. And it
because
was
some
one,
of them
two,
had a
three,
crisscross.
4, 5, and then 6, like a kind of a cross. And you keep on, and then 6, 7, 8, and you get to the cross or to the intersection, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but yeah,
Right.
good one. Yeah,
So I had to look it up, but but yeah, that was something that was I was like, "Oh yeah, how do we do that?" But yeah, then you're learning the numbers and stuff. A friend of mine also did something like that, but she made kind of like an obstacle course with the chalk. So then she drew a swirl. So they had to follow the swirl to the next thing. And then maybe the line was wavy
right.
or,
Nice.
different types of lines to continue after the hopscotch or, just something like that. And it says, jump. And then she made on the little like stone circles. So circle here, like, so you kind of had to jump across each other to do it. So it kind of make it like an obstacle course with chalk. I mean, how
Right.
easy is that? And then her her husband and the uncle, I think, was doing it too. So I mean, it was fun for everybody to
Oh yeah.
try.
Yeah, go out there
But
and do
yeah,
stuff
I
like
the
that.
hopscotch was when we did that last year. That's a
Um,
fun one.
Go outside and play frisbee, tag, kickball,
Mhm.
jump rope, basketball, baseball. I mean, you can just, maybe not so baseball in your backyard, in your driveway, but you can play basketball out there. There's just all kinds of activities that you can do with the stuff you have at home or things that are free at home. That's what I'm kind of trying to drive at. Don't just let them sit
Yep.
there and play video games all
Yeah.
day and, and now you're not gonna have any memories. The only memory you're gonna have
Yeah.
is, "Oh, all my child did was sit on a couch and play games." So, do stuff with them and create
Yeah.
memories. That's a big one, guys. Just trust me on
Right.
it. My child is in his 30s, and I traveled, like, 95% of the time of my career, and I missed a lot of his young years, and I kinda regret it now, but at the same time, I had to go out and make a living at the same time, and I missed a lot of time with him on the
Right.
weekends. So the time that I did have when I was in town, it was like during summer, I'm like, hey guys, uh, get your stuff ready. We're gonna leave at 6:30 this evening on Friday evening. We're gonna go to the lake. We're gonna hook up the pontoon boat and we're gonna go. And we'd go out there
Right.
till 9 o'clock. I had to bring him back. And on the way back, we'd stop and pick up a pizza. He already had his buddy over. We went to the lake with and they were gonna spend the night. So we stopped and get a pizza and a couple things and snacks. He get home, like, hey, before we do anything, we gotta unload the boat and clean it up, and then we can go in and have dinner and relax. So do the activities. Saturday, same thing.
Mhm.
It's like sometimes it'd be on a Saturday. I'm like, hey guys, tomorrow we're gonna leave the house around 8:30 in the morning. We're gonna go out to the lake. And we'd go lake around, go fishing, this
Right.
and that. And I'd pull up to a little island somewhere and pretty much, tie off the boat and we'd go swimming out in the lake. So I created a lot of those kind
Mhm.
of memories with him. And
You made
he's
some core memories.
some core memories. And he
Mhm.
remembers them. And he's in his 30s right now. He was like, I remember when you did that. I remember when we did this. I remember when we did
Right.
that. So it was really nice. I mean, there was times sometimes we leave the house at 8 o'clock at night. We wouldn't even hook up the boat. and we would just drive to the lake, and they had, like, little parking areas, and we just go swimming right off of there, right, and it would be out there till 10 o'clock. So it's just there was a big old spotlight, this and that. We had a
Oh, I'm
great time,
sure.
We had a great time doing stuff like that. So just
Right.
go out and do stuff, with your child. It doesn't matter what it is. You can go to your probably most of your schools or parks have, baseball games going off during the summer. Go to the park, go watch a baseball game. It's free.
Mhm.
Stop and pick up a pizza.
Yeah.
I like the pizza, and some cookies. Enjoy it. Some
You and
popcorn,
the pizza.
you know, some popcorn, take some weenies out with you. There's a lot of stuff. So just start
Oh, yeah.
doing stuff with them. A good thing to do for your neighborhood, you could do it for any neighborhood, but be especially for yours. Be proud of where you live at. Take care of your area and prove that, or not prove that, but show that to your children that, hey, if we're gonna live here, we want things clean. We want them nice. We want to preserve the niceness of our neighborhood. We want to take pride in where we live. Try to get your community, get your Facebook community page up, and try to put together a pick up litter day. Get the kids involved. Go to the parks. Go down
Yeah,
the
they
street.
have that. I've seen them do that.
Yeah, do that. It's just a good way to show them responsibility. As don't just throw your trash out the window as you're driving, because somebody else got to pick it up,
Mhm.
and that somebody else may be you. So show them that. It's a good one
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
do
Mhm.
adventures just you and mom and dad, or you and mom, or dad and dad, however you want to do it, right? Show those kids, do an adventure. Like, hey,
Mhm.
we're gonna take this sheet, we're gonna go look for matter of fact, I think you just did this, right? Where you had that adventure thing where you go pick up or look
Yes,
for a
we
stick
did.
and or a lizard, or this and that.
He
Just go out
was
there.
so excited.
Yeah,
Like, he was so, so excited. He was giving me hugs and just so happy to do a nature scavenger hunt.
right,
And it was so free and easy. I mean, yeah, I printed off a paper from our printer, but then he even suggested next time. He said, "Oh, next time." And he was already, looking forward to doing it
right.
again. We could make our own and we could draw pictures of our own things because maybe we saw some fire hydrants and that wasn't on our list. So yeah, I mean, you can make, and that created more conversations. And when we were walking to look for the items, it did create a lot of conversations too
Mhm.
of things that I'm like, oh, that was going on in your brain. Interesting, you
Yeah,
know. But you can make it for older kids too. He Jackson also suggested. Um, doing a scavenger hunt, but doing it where he finds clues. So, like, putting, you know, saying something about, the in this spot, is where we grill, you'll find the next clue or something like that. So he was talking about doing a scavenger hunt like that also. So, like, going around the yard to find different spots, reading the clues for different, an adventure, he said. A scavenger hunt adventure is what he called it, but he likes doing that kind of stuff too. So, I mean, you could do that for any age. You make
right.
it harder for the older, kids, obviously, easier for, and then maybe at the end there's a popsicle, or there's something that it's like a little reward, or whatever. Oh, now you found the treasure box, or just make something up. And it's, yeah, it was a fun one when we were looking for all the act. There was, I think, at least 12 different things on the paper that we had to look for. So
Right.
it was
No,
fun. I enjoyed it too.
yeah. I mean, there's like so many activities. So one of the big ones I want to point out is during the summer, doesn't matter what age your child is, and it's never too early to teach them how to swim. So teach them how to swim so they can save their own life if they had to. The
Mhm.
other thing too is show them how to cross the
Right.
street. So in case they had to cross the street on their own, they can do it safely. So teach them that. The other thing, teach them that how to use a phone or how to go to a neighbor and make sure they know those numbers that they need to know at all times. Um, so it kinda like big
Mhm.
like, usually, like, really big things that they need to learn, and do activities with them so they can learn. Um, and show them how to, ride a bike in case they need to get away or they just, have a good time, go to friends and this and that, but they may
Mhm.
need that bicycle to if something really bad happens and they need to get away, they know where to go. Let them know where fire stations, that's always a safe place to go, along with police stations, stuff like that. Let them know where these places are at and show them what the sign says. There's a big old sign usually outside of firehouses and police stations that says safe place. Show them that those are good place to go,
Mhm.
that they're safe. So let them know where, yes, we all want to have fun with our children and show them and do fun activities, but these are things that's going to save their life if they really need it. So make sure of that. Um, Something else you can do for free that's going to
Yeah.
be outside. Hey, grab your pillows, go sit in the backyard, go lay down at nighttime and watch the stars and just watch them,
Oh, yeah.
twinkle, show them. And you can take your little book or your phone and show them the different star patterns out
Mhm.
there. So do that.
Yeah.
Um,
There's an app that's like a stargazing app or
Stargazing,
something,
that's
and
the
it will
word I
show
was
you
looking
where the
for.
planets are and stuff too.
Yeah. So that's yeah, do that kind of stuff with them. Let me see. Show them, take them out to areas like you were saying before, like the nursing homes and stuff, or I'm sure there's other places out there that will let you kind of let a child work per se, kind of just like a role model, watch them do stuff or do
Like
the
a
activity.
volunteer kinda
Like,
thing.
yeah, just so they can see how things are, or
Mhm.
what people go through. So there's a lot of different things you can do out there.
Right.
Uh, choose your items wisely because this time's going to come to an end, guys, where they're going to grow up and they're not going to be home. So just choose your time wisely. Enjoy every moment you
Yes.
have with them.
Create those core memories while
Yeah,
you can, for
yeah,
sure. So then they do have those memories as they get older.
yep.
Yeah, spend as much time as you can. I know some people with work and stuff, they're exhausted by the end of your work shift or whatever, but even just spending, an 1 hour just undivided attention, no phones, no distractions, just you and that kid doing whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be more important, and they're gonna remember that
Yeah,
more than anything. You don't
right,
want them to remember that, when my mom or dad came home or grandpa or whoever, they were on their phone and not spending that time with me.
right,
So create those core memories. They're like we said, there's only 18 summers, and most of those summers are, gonna be with their friends anyway, or working, or, camps, or,
right,
whatever. So spend the times that you can as much as you can.
right. Yeah, do
Definitely.
create,
Um,
have create lunch dates, dinner dates with them. Another one, if it's in your budget and you can afford it to go do a small vacation trip somewhere, whether it be just another city or where the grandpa's or grandma's, house or Uncle Betty and,
mhm.
whoever, um, and you're
Or
doing
your
these
Theo
trips
Oscar's
anyways,
house.
or Tio
Yeah.
Oscar's house, right? Uh, on the way, you could play activities on the way there, right? Or you might be driving by a
Yeah.
farm that's got cattle. Pull over, let the child see them cattle, see horses, whatever the case is. You're just going to be on the side of the road. Just be extra careful, but they can see that outside nature stuff. If you're driving by the ocean, let them get out there and get in that sand and get in that water. Being in the ocean is the best magnesium therapy
Mhm.
you can ever have anyway. So, um, but create those memories if
Wish
you're
it
going
was
on
close.
vacation. I know, right? Enjoy that time with
We would
your
be
children.
there every day for
Yeah,
the
we would.
summer, for
We
sure.
would. Um, if you're going to do like these dry vacations, like I was just saying, create that memory with them and show them different things. Also, if you're going to be driving, show your child, where the jack is, where the first aid kit is, uh, just different things and how to check the air pressure in the car. So they know as they're growing up and they get to experience that with you. And then when they get old enough to be with their children, say, oh, my dad showed me this. So I'm going to show you. Or my mom, did this when we traveled. And my mom showed me this, or whatever, whoever the person is, right? Teach them so they can pass that on. And we don't have to create children that depend on somebody else to do everything for them. So show them different stuff. There's always different things that we can do, whatever it being, it is, whether it be play puzzles at home or taking a trip to Disneyland, create memories. That's all you can do. Just create memories.
Yes.
Your house burns down.
Memories. Spend
Pictures
the time.
are
Quality
gone.
time.
Quality time. Good thing about digital pictures. That's why I don't print any of my pictures. I keep them all on my phone. So the only way I'm gonna lose them is if something happens to my account and I lose everything. Memories, there's guaranteed that you're not gonna lose it unless you get dementia or something like that. But with that being said,
that's a whole different topic.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. But yeah, just
yeah.
I guess what I'm saying, I'm just pushing memories.
Yes, create the core memories, spend the time, spend the quality time, the undivided time, like attention, spend that quality time with no other distractions, because that's important to create the memories, the core memories for sure.
Yep.
I'll put together a list of some of the ideas that I had for small kids, older kids. I will put out a list when this airs. So that way there's a little more in detailed stuff, because we could have gone on forever with all the activity ideas that we've had. There's some recipe ideas for like different kinds of paints and chalks and outdoor things that I have. I will also put together stuff like that for the littler kiddos. I have some ideas for older kiddos, so I'll put those out too. But yes, we're driving the point to spend the memories and quality time.
Yes.
Enjoy the summer. Enjoy your week. We will see you next week.
See yas.
Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts. Follow and rate on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. That's the number 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and TikTok. That's 2V1 Life Podcast. Also, our Facebook, 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. We hope you guys have a great week and catch the new episode next Wednesday. Bye.